Hello, my name's Stephen Lummis and I'm a Senior Associate Solicitor here at Compensation Solicitors Online. A few years ago now, the government introduced a concept in personal injury cases of what's known as fundamental dishonesty. And this allows defendants and their solicitors to raise an allegation or an assertion that a claimant has been in some way fundamentally dishonest in pursuing the whole of their claim or indeed any aspect of their claim. This is a very serious issue to deal with because if a client is found to be fundamentally dishonest, it has some very serious ramifications. In many cases, if a client is found to be fundamentally dishonest in any aspect of their claim, then the whole claim will be struck out in its entirety. That's obviously not something that we would wish for any clients to suffer, and there are also cost ramifications for that, insofar as the defendant will be entitled to payment of their costs, which will be met by the client in person. That will amount to many thousands of pounds, and we would also ask that our costs be met by the client as well if they are indeed found to be fundamentally dishonest. There is a definition of fundamental dishonesty, which I won't go through in great detail in this video, but examples of fundamental dishonesty, probably the most common one is if a claimant is found to exaggerate or grossly exaggerate the level and degree of their symptoms to a medical expert, and this is then recorded in a medical report. What defendants and their insurers often do to try and discredit this is obtain video surveillance of the claimant whilst they're unaware of it, carrying out some sort of activity that their medical evidence would suggest that they would be physically incapable of undertaking. For example, they may be filmed running in a park or playing football or just something like that. Now that is useful and compelling footage that a court would take into account when any allegation of fundamental dishonesty is made. Just another quick example is if you pursue a claim for loss of earnings which cannot be supported by the documentation that you provide to calculate your loss of earnings, then it could be decided that your claim for loss of earnings is based upon a fundamental dishonesty. And as I said a couple of minutes ago, if that is the case, there is a very real risk that the whole of the claim could be struck out in its entirety, i.e. including those elements of the claim which have been bought honestly. So it's very much something to keep in mind in all cases. We simply tell our client from the outset that honesty is the best policy. Just tell it as it is and you will be fine. That's all we ask. Thank you. Bye.